Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Teresa Garland and I'm talking to you from Poland. I hope that this message will be sent around the world because the international community has to know the truth about Poland. The time to clear the things in Poland has come, because the king has no clothes. Now I will read the document. This is a letter sent today to Switzerland embassy, to Swiss embassy. This is the proposal of the Alliance for Polish Neutrality. This is the document SNRP 00179. You can find it on internet site www.polskiruch.wordpress.com on February 14, 2026. His Excellency Fabrice Files, Swiss Ambassador to Poland. Proposal of the Alliance for Polish Neutrality. The sovereign national government of Poland presents to the Swiss state a proposal to cooperate in promoting Poland's neutrality. Switzerland, as a neutral, fully independent, sovereign and truly democratic state, certainly has experience in achieving and permanently maintaining such neutrality, sovereignty and independence. It is in this context that we are writing this letter. We would be grateful for any suggestions that might be useful to us Poles to achieve neutrality, peace and stability for the Polish state. This is especially true given that Poland lies in the so-called crumple zone. Switzerland, known for its true democracy, where citizens have a real influence on the government, may have a special place in ensuring that peace can exist on Polish territory instead of the planned war. We are deeply convinced that it is in the interest of both Switzerland and other European countries to maintain peace on Polish territory, so that our economies can develop and create prosperity and happiness for our nations, instead of war, the tears of innocent children and unnecessary deaths, which devastates states and nations. We would be extremely grateful for your support for the Polish Neutrality Initiative and for giving Ms. Teresa Garland, electoral President of the Republic of Poland, head of the sovereign national government of Poland, the opportunity to speak at the International Forum of the United Nations to present our proposal for Polish neutrality. The sovereign national government of Poland was established under Article 4 of the Polish Constitution and under the international law of self-determination of nations, in connection with the refusal to register individual candidates for the 2023 parliamentary elections in Poland. In Poland, for decades now, in practice, almost 100% of Poles have neither possibility to running as candidates in parliamentary elections, not to mention to gaining the power. Elections are conducted under an electoral code that is inconsistent with the Polish constitution. Such a system cannot be called democracy. For decades now, Poland has been de facto ruled behind the scenes by the same demoralized, heavily armed and increasingly dangerous international criminal groups. They have penetrated Polish state. In practice, they have deprived almost the entire Polish nation of their means of biological existence. First, in the period following the so-called transformation in 1989, by closing down workplaces and leaving several million people destitute, without work, without money, and without any possible means to surviving. And now, through regulations and the use of state anti-terrorist forces, they are attacking innocent, unarmed Polish entrepreneurs with the aim of robbing them of their money and eliminating with force any economic activity conducted by ordinary Poles for the purpose of biological existence. They introduced a tax IT system that allows the authorities to detect who else in Poland is able to earn anything to support themselves or, God forbid, save anything. Then the National Revenue Administration, CAS, sends organized armed anti-terrorist groups to these entrepreneurs to rob them. In the light of the supposed law, they unjustifiably attack Polish entrepreneurs and rob all their values and money. The Polish state has been taken over by bandits. This is undoubtedly a crime against humanity, one that so far no one has been able to bring to justice, because Polish judges and prosecutors are the guardians of this terrible crime. The Polish government is increasingly enslaving and oppressing the exhausted Polish nation, and Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski is adding Poland to the G7 rapid reaction mechanism. However, it appears that he is de facto organizing foreign military reinforcements to pacify any remaining Polish democratic opposition forces in Poland. It seems the cup of bitterness has already overflowed. Rumors are already circulating that, in opposition to the government in Poland, which has been destroying the entire Polish nation for decades, secret troikas of armed men are emerging. It seems that no force can stop this process, this procedure, this process. It will be a massacre, because the ordinary people, in order to save their biological existence and their right to life, which the government in Poland has them denied, these desperate people will finally have to rise up shortly and deal with the authorities and with the bureaucracy. If justice is not immediately restored in Poland, if the Polish nation is not restored the right to conduct business without any control by the tax office of bureaucracy, if Poles are not restored the right to run for the Polish parliament, if the social insurance institution, ZUS, is not abolished in Poland, then Poland, the heart of Europe, will soon become an exploding mixture of Cuba and Palestine. And hungry, unemployed, organized gangs and criminal groups will spread across Europe, just as happened with the armed refugees from Ukraine who are now spreading terror throughout Western Europe. International politics has effectively become robber diplomacy, baked by international military forces. This is abominable. This is scandal, shock for the civilized people. We want to believe that Switzerland, as an example of a truly democratic, neutral, sovereign, civilized state, will become an ally for the recognition of Poland's neutrality in the international arena, an ally for the observance of the international right to self-determination of nations, an ally for Poland's independence and sovereignty, an ally for true democracy in Poland and the realization of human rights in Poland, and in particular the economic rights of the Polish nation to its biological survival. We will be grateful for any tips and comments that may be helpful in realizing our plan for Poland's neutrality, maintaining Polish sovereignty, independence, and introducing true democracy in Poland and freedom, where Polish citizens will have real, not fictitious influence on the government. We combine greetings with expression of respect. Thank you for listening. Teresa Garland from Poland, sworn-in electoral President of the Republic of Poland, Head of Sovereign National Government of Poland, 19th of February 2026.